selling a company is quite literally a full-time job on top of a full-time job. And a lot of business owners try to go it alone and handle their own transaction. And that is almost never ultimately in their best interest.
Welcome back to another episode of the We Live to Build podcast. This is episode 225 with Cameron Bishop, the managing director of Raincatcher, a company that helps companies get acquired. In this conversation, we talk about the craziest things he's seen when people have tried to sell their business, reasons why businesses don't sell, reasons why businesses want to sell, how long it takes to actually get a sale done, and so much more. So if you're thinking about selling your business or you're running a business that you may want to sell at any time in the future, you need to know this information. Let's get to it right away. What's the craziest thing that you've seen in your career related to exiting?
Quite a few years ago, I was working for a large company at that time, and we acquired a business in New York City from a very creative and talented and fairly eccentric lady. And it's a kind of a known fact that a lot of people, once they sell their company, they really wonder why they sold their company. They become risk averse, and most buyers require them to stay on board in some capacity, whether it's as an employee or a consultant, for a transition period for knowledge exchange and risk mitigation for the buyer. In this case, we had this lady on a consulting agreement. It was a fairly small company. It was about a $7 million, $8 million deal. And she stayed on to do kind of transition work and make sure things were going to go smoothly. We actually, the lady who was her number two, we promoted to the top job in that division. And it was apparent that, in this case at least, the seller of the company was kind of struggling with the fact that now she was reporting to somebody who used to report to her. In addition, it was a very creative workforce, and a lot of the employees became sort of dissatisfied that they knew the owner made a lot of money and she didn't share any of it with them. So the combination of that fact, coupled with they now reported to somebody else, they sort of began to cut the owner out of the picture. And she became increasingly dissatisfied with that. The bigger company, we came in, we introduced all kinds of, general disciplines, proper accounting, etc. And she just became further and further alienated. So one morning I got a panic phone call from my new manager in that division that the former owner had come in over the weekend, this is a true story, taken chains and padlocks and locked up and took every file cabinet in the company hostage.
Thanks for watching. If you liked this insight, I've handpicked another video for you right here on the screen. For more actionable strategies that get you real results, hit subscribe.